Hello, UMC friends. Pastor Larry here. I am ostensibly standing in front of Temple Bethel in Bloomfield Hills. Actually, it's just a Zoom background. Sorry to disappoint you, but you get the idea. It is the oldest Reformed Jewish congregation in the state of Michigan, originally in Detroit. In 1972, I believe it was, it moved out here to Bloomfield Hills and was built to emulate the tabernacle. That's what the sanctuary is supposed to look like. It's quite interesting on the inside. In fact, I'll give you a little bit of a, a sneak peek here from Rosh Hashanah morning service, which was Tuesday morning. So Monday evening of Labor Day was Erev Rosh Hashanah, which is like Rosh Hashanah Eve, and then the main service in the morning. Here's Cantor Rachel blowing the shofar as the last of 3 blasts of the shofar that take place. Rosh Hashanah, of course, is the beginning of the Jewish New Year, and 10 days later is Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement. During these 10 days in between High Holy Days, a practicing Jew is to do his or her very best to make amends for those who have been harmed or offended or hurt over the past year, to endeavor to seek forgiveness before approaching God on the Day of Atonement to ask God's forgiveness. It in many ways resembles Jesus' teaching in the Sermon on the Mount, where he says, if your brother has anything against you, before bringing your gift to the altar, set your gift down, go make things right with your brother or sister, and then come back and bring your gift. And we'll actually talk some more about that on Sunday. So I don't want to step on my sermon too much by doing that. But I would like very briefly to mention something that the Rabbi Miller shared on Rosh Hashanah morning. Oh, there's the choir singing. That's actually me behind me in the green Lake Orion High School colored mask. How about that? One of the things that Rabbi Miller talked about was that Rosh Hashanah actually is the first day of the 7th month, which is very odd when you think, well, wait a minute, shouldn't the new year begin on the first day of the first month? And yet it does not, according to biblical injunction. And one of the points that he made was that whether this was intentional or not, it does communicate to us that a new year, newness, doesn't just happen automatically with the turning of the calendar. When January 1st comes around this next year for 2022, or when Advent comes around for the beginning of the Christian year, it does not automatically make things new. There actually is effort on our part that has to be put into making things new, making new choices, making new resolutions of how to live. And so I hope that as we are slowly but surely exiting from COVID and trying to make lives anew individually and as families and as a congregation and collectively as a nation and a world, that we don't just stumble into thinking that, well, it will just automatically happen. When we return to normal, everything will be new. True newness will rely on our making new choices and being intentional. And so let the blast of the shofar for us be a call to action as we look to be in a new season. Amen.